Hello everyone and welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm going to be showing you my Blu-rays today. There's quite a lot to get through, so we'll get right on it. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about them because otherwise we'll be here all day. Let's crack on. Okay, first up it's the Cloverfield box set. We've got 10 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield. 10 Rillington Place, which is a creepy British thriller. 13 Assassins Steelbook from one of my favourite directors, Takashi Miike. 14 Blades. The 21 Jump Street box set, which of course contains 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. 300 and 300 Rise of an Empire. 2012. 2019 After the Fall of New York, an excellent slice of Italian exploitation. The Adventures of Tintin, The Secret of the Unicorn. Akira, one of the most iconic Japanese manga films. Aladdin. The Alien box set. So this contains all the Alien films from Alien, Aliens, Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, and Prometheus of course, and it includes the director's cuts of all the Alien films as well. The AVP 2 movie pack, so here we've got Alien vs Predator and Alien vs Predator 2 Requiem. Now this is a beautiful French film called Amélie from a director called Jean-Pierre Jeunet. It's an absolute masterpiece, you should check it out, and this steelbook's awesome. The American Pie 4-film collection, featuring the only American Pie films you need to watch, which is the first, then American Pie 2, American Pie The Wedding, and American Pie Reunion. American Sniper from the master that is Clint Eastwood. The Anchorman box set, featuring Anchorman The Legend of Ron Burgundy and Anchorman 2 The Legend Continues. Ant-Man, Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now on a beautiful steelbook. This is the 3-disc edition as well, with the original film, the Redux edition, and the Heart of Darkness documentary. So here's 2 of the Artificial Eye 40th Anniversary Collection sets. I'll show you each one. So this is the Oscar winners set, which contains the Iranian film A Separation, the Italian film The Great Beauty, Polish film called Ida, and the French / German / Austrian film Amour. Okay, this is the Palme d'Or winners collection box, which contains the Romanian film 4 months, 3 weeks and 2 days, the French film Blue is the Warmest Colour, another French film called The Class, and a German film called The White Ribbon. I highly recommend all of the 8 films in these 2 box sets. They're all award-winning films. They're fantastic films. Next up is As Above, So Below. Okay, next up is a Polish film from 1958. It's called Ashes and Diamonds. It's a fantastic film from the Arrow Academy range. This is John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13. Assembly. This is a Chinese war film set during World War II. Audition, steelbook. One of my favourite Takashi Miike films. The Austin Powers films, so we've got International Man of Mystery, The Spy Who Shagged Me, and Goldmember. Avatar, this is the extended edition. Here we've got the Avengers films, Avengers Assemble as it was called in the UK, and the sequel, The Avengers Age of Ultron. The Back to the Future trilogy, This is a pretty awesome collection. Just thought I'd show you a bit of the artwork featuring all 3 films. Bad Boys 1 and 2. These are the 4K remastered versions. They look pretty amazing. Bambi. The Band of Brothers box set. So this contains all 10 episodes in the series. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition. An Italian film called The Battle of Algiers. This is a contemporary Japanese masterpiece. Battle Royale, directed by Kenji Fukasaku. And next up is Arrow's relief of Kenji Fukasaku's Battles Without Honor and Humanity. So this box set contains all 5 films in the series. The original Battles Without Honor and Humanity, Hiroshima Deathmatch, Proxy War, Police Tactics, and Final Episode. It also contains the edited for TV version of the first 4 films, shortened down to about a 2-hour film, and also a book with writings about the Yakuza genre. This really is a truly great set if you like gangster films, and there is a sequel of films called New Battles Without Honor and Humanity. I believe that's coming out next month, another Arrow release. I shall be definitely picking that one up. Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Bedeviled. This is a creepy horror film from Korea. A Better Tomorrow 2012. This is the Korean remake of John Woo's masterpiece. I am still waiting in vain for pretty much any of John Woo's Hong Kong films to be released in the UK on Blu-ray. But the remake wasn't bad. The Beyond, an Italian horror film from the master Lucio Fulci. Disney's Big Hero 6. The Big Short. Big Trouble in Little China. This is another fantastic Arrow release. Black Book. This is a Dutch film from the director Paul Verhoeven. Black Butler, Steelbook. This is a live action Japanese anime. Black Magic. This is part of the 88 Films Asia collection. Black Magic is a Chinese supernatural horror film from the mid-70s. Takashi Miike's Black Society trilogy. So this contains Shinjuku Triad Society, Rainy Dog, and Ley Lines. Blackfish. This is a documentary about the killer whale at SeaWorld. Blade Runner, The Final Cut. The Bodyguard. This is a Chinese martial arts film with Sammo Hung. The Bogeyman. This is a slasher film, part of the Slasher Classics collection from 88 Films. Bone Tomahawk. The Danny Boyle collection. So this box set contains 4 of his films: 127 Hours, 28 Days Later, Sunshine, and Slumdog Millionaire. Mel Gibson's Braveheart. Sam Peckinpah's Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. John Woo's Broken Arrow. This is a French film called The Brotherhood of the Wolf. Bullet to the Head. The Burbs Steelbook, classic Tom Hanks comedy, another Arrow release. Burial Ground. This is another of the 88 Films Italian collection. This was released in the UK under the name The Zombie Dead, and It's an Italian film, obviously. It came out in Italy called La Notte del Terror. This is a Japanese classic from 1956, The Burmese Harp, directed by Kon Ichikawa. The Burning, Steelbook, another Arrow release. The Tim Burton Collection. So this contains 8 of Tim Burton's films. It's got Batman, Batman Returns, Beetlejuice, Mars Attacks, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, and Tim Burton's Corpse Bride. Cabin Fever, the director's cut. The Cabin in the Woods. Call of Heroes. This is a Chinese martial arts film. Calvary. This is a British/Irish production. The notorious Italian film Cannibal Holocaust. The Captain America box set, which of course contains Captain America the First Avenger, The Winter Soldier and Civil War. Captain Phillips. Martin Scorsese's Casino. So this film is by one of my favourite directors, Hayao Miyazaki. It's the first one I'm going to show you from the Studio Ghibli collection, which is Castle in the Sky. This is another Miyazaki film before he formed Studio Ghibli. This one's called The Castle of Cagliostro. Children of Men. Christine from John Carpenter. This is the second Indicator release that I've got. The first one was 10 Rillington Place. Unfortunately, I've only got these two, but I certainly shall be looked to getting more. It looks like an excellent label so far. Chocolate, which is a martial arts film from Thailand. Disney's Cinderella. An Italian masterpiece, Cinema Paradiso. Another great release from Arrow Academy. City of God, which is a film from Brazil. This is a Chinese film called City of Life and Death. Click. Cliffhanger. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Parts 1 and 2. The Club, which is a film from Chile. Cold Fish, which is a piece of Japanese craziness from director Sion Sono. Colombiana. Commando, the director's cut. A Company Man, which is a Korean action thriller. Con Air. The Condemned. The Conjuring, Parts 1 and 2, from director James Wan. Contact, directed by Robert Zemeckis, based on the book by the author Carl Sagan. Contamination, an Italian exploitation film, basically a rip-off of Alien. Cops vs. Thugs, another Yakuza film from Kinji Fukasaku, a Japanese film. Crocodile Dundee Parts 1 and 2, a bit of 80s cheese classic. Here we've got a British film, The Crying Game. Cube, this is a pretty original horror film, I enjoyed it. The Dark Knight trilogy. I don't think there's a single collector on YouTube who doesn't have these films. So of course we've got Batman Begins, The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Hideo Nakata's Dark Water, an excellent piece of J-horror from Japan. Das Boot, or The Boat, from Germany. The Dead, which is quite a well-made zombie film set in Africa. The Deadlands, which is a film from New Zealand about Maori tribes. The Dead or Alive trilogy, another example of some craziness from Takashi Miike. This features Dead or Alive 2 Birds, and Dead or Alive Final. Dead Snow, this is a Norwegian horror film featuring good old Nazi zombies. Deadpool. The Death Race trilogy featuring parts 1, 2 and Death Race Inferno part 3. Decalogue from the Polish author Krzysztof Kieślowski. So this set features parts 1 up until parts 10 and includes some other television works from Kieślowski. The set also includes a booklet with breakdowns of each episode of the Polish TV drama. Overall, it's another amazing release from Arrow Academy. The Departed from Martin Scorsese. Departures, which is a fantastic film from Japan that won the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. Desperado on Steelbook from Robert Rodriguez. Destruction Babies, which is another example of cult Japanese cinema. This is a Chinese film, Detective D, The Mystery of the Phantom Flame. There is a prequel for this, but I haven't bought it yet. This is a Spanish film from Guillermo del Toro, The Devil's Backbone. The Dictator. The Die Hard Legacy Collection. So this set contains all 5 Die Hard films. You've got Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Die Hard 4.0, or Live Free or Die Hard as it was released in the States, and the 5th film, A Good Day to Die Hard. The District 13 set. So this contains Part 1 District 13 and Part 2 District 13 Ultimatum. These are French martial arts parkour films. Django Unchained, this is from another of my favourite directors, Tarantino. Doctor Strange. The Donnie Darko box set. So this set contains the theatrical cut, the director's cut, and also a book with interviews. Don't Breathe. Dream Home, this is a gory horror from China. This is Akira Kurosawa's Dreams, the first Criterion in my collection. This is an amazing Japanese film. Dread. Drive. This is Drug War, a Chinese triad gangster film. Eaten Alive from Toby Hooper. Eden Lake, this is a British horror film. Edge of Tomorrow. 8 Below. Elite Squad, The Enemy Within, this is a Brazilian film. Embrace of the Serpent, this is a fantastic film from Colombia from 2015. The Equalizer. Event Horizon. Everest. Some classic horror here. We've got the Evil Dead trilogy, which features the original Evil Dead, my personal favourite, Evil Dead 2, and the 3rd film, Army of Darkness. This is the Exorcist anthology collection. So this collection features the 5 films in the Exorcist series, so it's got the original Exorcist and the director's cut as well. Exorcist 2, The Heretic, The Exorcist 3, and then it's got 2 prequel films, so The Exorcist The Beginning and Dominion prequel to The Exorcist. The Expendables trilogy. So this set contains parts 1, 2 and 3. Face Off, Steelbook, a John Woo film from 1997. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Fight Club. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children Complete. This is basically like the director's cut of the film, based on one of my favourite video games, and it's a film made in Japan. Finding Nemo. So this is a Chinese film, Fist of Legend. It's probably one of Jet Li's most famous, and it's a remake of a Bruce Lee film, Fist of Fury. So this is another from the 88 Films Asia range. It's called Five Element Ninjas. It's a Chinese period martial arts film. Fantastic stuff. So this is a contemporary Chinese martial arts film, Flashpoint, featuring the legend that is Donnie Yen. Flight of the Navigator, Steelbook. This is a classic bit of 80s Disney cheese. This is a British film, The Football Factory. Force of Five. This is a Thai martial arts film, and it's probably the worst film in my collection. Forrest Gump from director Robert Zemeckis. The Friends box set. So this set includes all 10 seasons, also a bonus disc, and then a booklet with details on each episode. Fright Night. The Frighteners from Peter Jackson. The From Dusk Till Dawn trilogy, featuring parts 1, 2 and 3. From Paris with Love. The Front Line. This is a Korean war film. The Fugitive. Funny Games. This is the US remake. Fury. The Gamera trilogy. So these are monster films from Japan. It features Guardian of the Universe, Attack of the Legion and Revenge of Iris. The Garden of Words. This is a Japanese anime film from director Makoto Shinkai. Gattaca. This is part of the HMV Premium Collection. Get Carter. This is an amazing British gangster film. This is the original with Michael Caine. Ghost in the Shell, Steelbook. This is the Japanese anime, another iconic piece of filmmaking from director Mamoru Oshii. Ghostbusters, parts 1 and 2. The Godfather trilogy. So this set contains parts 1, 2 and 3 of Coppola's Godfather trilogy, and then a bonus disc as well. Goodfellas. So this is the version which is sourced from the 4K remaster, and it also contains a booklet with interviews and articles on the film. The Grandmaster. This is a Chinese film from director Wong Kar-wai. Grave of the Fireflies. This is currently the only Studio Ghibli film that I have that isn't directed by Miyazaki. This one is by Isao Takahata. The Green Inferno from Eli Roth. Green Room. Gremlins. Groundhog Day. The Guard Post. This is a horror film from Korea. Guardians of the Galaxy. The Gunman. Hachi, A Dog's Tale. Hacksaw Ridge. Hangongju. This is a Korean drama film. Hanabi. This is a masterpiece, Japanese film from Takashi Kitano. It was released under the name of Fireworks in America. The Hangover trilogy, parts 1, 2 and 3. The Hannibal Lecter trilogy. So this collection is basically Anthony Hopkins' Hannibal Lecter trilogy. It contains Red Dragon, The Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal. Harakiri. This is a Japanese film. It's a remake of a film by the same name. This is the version directed by Takashi Miike. This is another Takashi Miike film, The Happiness of the Katakuris. If you want an example of the most batshit crazy film you're ever going to watch, I suggest starting with this one. Another John Woo film, Hard Target. This is another amazing release from Arrow Academy. It's a Russian film, Hard to be a God. Hardcore Henry. This is an English language film, but it's complete Russian crew and it's set in Moscow and it's all first person perspective. Fascinating film though, incredibly violent as well. The Harry Potter collection. So we've got The Philosopher's Stone, The Chamber of Secrets, The Prisoner of Azkaban, The Goblet of Fire, The Order of the Phoenix, The Half-Blood Prince, The Deathly Hallows Part 1 and The Deathly Hallows Part 2. Another Tarantino film, The Hateful Eight. A Norwegian film called Headhunters. An Indonesian martial arts film called Headshot, directed by the Mo brothers. Heat, directed by Michael Mann. This is the more recent version, sourced from the 4K remaster. The Hellraiser trilogy box set. So we've got 3 films from the Hellraiser series here. The original Hellraiser, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, and Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. Hex. This is another film from the 88 Films Asia collection. It's a Chinese supernatural horror. Highlander. This is the most recent version sourced from the 4K remaster. The Hills Have Eyes, Steelbook. This is the 2006 remake. The Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection. So this set features Saboteur, Shadow of a Doubt, Rope, Rear Window, The Trouble with Harry, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Vertigo, Psycho, The Birds, Marnie, Torn Curtain, Topaz, Frenzy, and finally Family Plot. So next up we've got the 3 Hobbit films. We've got An Unexpected Journey, The Desolation of Smaug, and The Battle of the Five Armies. Hobo with a Shotgun, Home Alone Parts 1 and 2, Hook, a classic from Steven Spielberg, The Host, which is a monster movie from Korea, Hostel from Eli Roth, The Hound of the Baskervilles from 1959, The House Collection. So this set features all 4 films. You got the original House, House 2 the second story, House 3 the horror show, and House 4 the repossession. It also contains a book on the making of the films and interviews and articles and such. The House at the End of the Street, Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses, The House of Flying Daggers. This is a Chinese period film. House of Traps, another 88 Films Asia collection, Chinese film. How to Train Your Dragon Parts 1 and 2. Howl's Moving Castle, another Japanese anime from Studio Ghibli, directed by Miyazaki. I, Robot. I Saw the Devil. This is a Korean horror film. Identity. If, This is a British film from Lindsay Anderson. I'm a Cyborg, but that's okay. This is a Korean film from director Park Chan-wook. This is the Shohei Imamura Masterpiece Collection. So this box set contains 8 of Imamura's films. We've got Profound Desires of the Gods, Vengeance is Mine, Pigs and Battleships, The Insect Woman, The Ballad of Narayama. It also features Stolen Desire, Nisha Ginza Station, and also a DVD version of A Man Vanishes. The Imitation Game, The Impossible, Inception, The Incredible Melting Man. Here we've got Independence Day and its sequel, Independence Day Resurgence. The Indiana Jones box set. So of course this contains all 4 films: The Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, and The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Another Tarantino film, Inglourious Basterds. Inner Space. Interstellar. This is one of only 2 digibooks that I own. Another from the 88 Films Slasher Classics collection. This is Intruder. This is a contemporary Chinese martial arts film, Invisible Target. This is the Ip Man Trilogy Steelbook box set containing all 3 films. Stephen King's It. This is actually a made-for-TV film. It's in 2 parts. And It Follows. Great soundtrack on this film. The 007 James Bond collection. So this box set would probably win awards for the worst designs, but it contains all 23 Bond films from Dr. No up to Skyfall. So we've got the Sean Connery Bond films, which is Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, and Diamonds Are Forever. The George Lazenby Bond film is On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Then we've got the Roger Moore films, which is Live and Let Die, The Man with the Golden Gun, The Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, and A View to a Kill. The 2 Timothy Dalton Bond films are The Living Daylights and License to Kill. Then we've got the Pierce Brosnan films, which is GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, and Die Another Day. And finally the Daniel Craig films, which of course is Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall. There is room for Spectre as well in this set yet. I just haven't purchased it yet. Next up, it's the Jaws films. Jaws was one of my favourite films when I was younger. So we've got the classic first by Steven Spielberg, and then the sequels all in one set. So there's Jaws 2, Jaws 3D, and then Jaws the Revenge. Some Kevin Smith comedy, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2. This is a Japanese sort of supernatural drama, a film called Journey to the Shore, directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa. Jumanji, with the slipcover. The Jurassic Park collection. So here we've got all 4 Jurassic Park films. We've got the original classic from Spielberg, and then the Spielberg directed sequel Jurassic Park The Lost World. Then we've got Jurassic Park 3, and then finally the more recent Jurassic World. Another Japanese anime from 1989. This is Kiki's Delivery Service. This is another Miyazaki film. The Kill Bill collection, which of course contains Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. Here we've got Killzone and Killzone 2. Killer Elite. Killers. This is an Indonesian film. The Killing of a Chinese Bookie. The King's Speech. Knowing. And the absolute cult classic, Krull. Here we've got the Stanley Kubrick Visionary Filmmaker Collection set. So this contains 7 of Kubrick's films. We've got Lolita, 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, The Shining, Full Metal Jacket and Eyes Wide Shut. This is Kumiko the Treasure Hunter. Another Donnie Yen martial arts flick. This is Kung Fu Killer. This is the Akira Kurosawa Samurai Collection. So this set contains 5 of Kurosawa's films. It's got, of course, the iconic masterpiece, which is Seven Samurai, Throne of Blood, The Hidden Fortress, Yojimbo and Sanjuro. Next up is another Criterion. This is called L'Avventura. It's an Italian film by the director Michelangelo Antonioni. Here we've got a contemporary French masterpiece from director Matthew Kassovitz. This is called La Haine, and it's on a steelbook. Labyrinth. This is the second of my only 2 digibooks. This steelbook is another Arrow release. It's Lady Snowblood and the sequel Lady Snowblood Love Song of Vengeance. Fantastic samurai sort of martial arts films from Japan. Last Action Hero, The Last of the Mohicans, Law-Abiding Citizen, and this is the Bruce Lee Master Collection. So here we've got 5 of Bruce Lee's most iconic films ever made, starting with The Big Boss, and then we've got Fist of Fury, The Way of the Dragon, Game of Death, and of course Enter the Dragon. The Lego Movie, a fantastic film from Luc Besson. This is Leon. It was released under the name of The Professional in the States. This is another Takashi Miike film from Japan. It's called Lesson of Evil. The Lethal Weapon collection. So this set contains all 4 Lethal Weapon films, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Liar Liar. A beautiful film from Italy. This is called Life is Beautiful. Life of Pi from director Ang Lee. Life Force from director Tobe Hooper. Limitless. This is probably my favourite Disney film, The Lion King. And we've also got another Disney film, The Little Mermaid. The Lobster. Another Criterion release. This is the Lone Wolf and Cub box set. So we've got 6 films in the Lone Wolf collection. Lone Wolf and Cub, Sword of Vengeance, and then there's Baby Cart at the River Styx, Baby Cart to Hades, Baby Cart in Peril, Baby Cart in the Land of Demons, and then the final, White Heaven in Hell. So in addition to the Lone Wolf and Cub box set, I've also got Shogun Assassin. This is basically a edited version of the first 2 Lone Wolf films, and then it was dubbed into English for the American market. This is 2 documentary films from Joshua Oppenheimer. So in this set we've got The Look of Silence and The Act of Killing. Looper. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, the extended editions. So of course here we've got The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers and The Return of the King. Lupin the Third, The Woman Called Fujiko Mine. This is a Japanese manga series. Macabre. This is a Indonesian horror film directed by the Moe brothers. Here we've got Machete and its sequel Machete Kills. This is a Chinese film called Mad Detective. Here we've got the Mad Max films. So here we've got the three Mel Gibson Mad Max films. We've got the original Mad Max, The Road Warrior, and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And then of course we've got the more recent Mad Max Fury Road with Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron. Madman. The Man from Deep River. This is an Italian exploitation film again from the Italian collection from 88 films. The Man from Nowhere. This is a Korean action thriller. I highly recommend this film. Man of Steel. Man on Fire. The Man with No Name trilogy. So in this collection we've got A Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Excellent collaboration of films between Clint Eastwood and Sergio Leone. The Man with the Iron Fists. The Martian. This is a French horror film called Martyrs. The Mask. A Japanese Yakuza film called Massacre Gun. Another film from the Italian collection. This is Massacre in Dinosaur Valley. And the Matrix trilogy, which of course includes The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions. I need to try and pick up the Animatrix at some point. Okay everyone, that's part 1 of my collection video complete. Please stay tuned for part 2, it's going to be coming up straight away.